Coaches, player development is the missing ingredient that will take your program over the top. Now, some of you all, it's your first time hearing player development, and I believe that there's some things that you need to know as a coach. And so I'm going to go straight to my book, The Player Development Guide, right here, which you can get on Amazon. And I'm going to read, starting at page 130, chapter 19, about the things that coaches need to know about people that are in the role. Now, before we get rolling, I wrote this because I understood, I've come to understand in my career, there are a lot of coaches who do not know what player development is and how player development can help their program. And I talked about it here in this episode right here when working for a coach that doesn't understand player development. And so I wrote this in a book a long time ago, and it's part of my book, or I wrote this for the book a long time ago. It's part of a book here. Like I said, starting at page 130, so we're going to talk about it. Number one thing a coach should know about player development is that those who are in the role and those that you hired and are in the role and care about the role, they're there to help you. They are there to help you. They want to help your program. They want to help your athletes. They want to see athletes succeed. And so you need to communicate with them, right? Tell them what you're looking for and have conversation. You don't have to meet with this person an hour every week, right? I used to have 5-minute meetings with one coach I worked for. It was incredible. 5 minutes would turn into 15 minutes, but 5 minutes daily meeting. Hey, coach, this is where we're at. This is what we need. Is there anything you need? Boom, boom, boom. Keep it moving, right? But you need to know that they're there to help. They are there to help. They want to help the athletes, which in turn helps you and the program. They are there to help. And if you feel like they aren't there to help, go have a conversation with them. It can go a long way. It is number two. Clarity is crucial. It is so imperative that this player development professional understands what you want out of the role. It is imperative that they understand what you want out of the role. Here are 3 things I let coaches know in my book. Number one, as far as when it comes to clarity is crucial, you need to clearly define what you expect from this role. If you're unsure, be honest and then take the time to figure it out with a professional. And if you see the role evolving, communicate that early and directly. But clarity is crucial for this professional. Once again, as I said earlier, they are there to help. They just want to do their job. Trust me. Whoever's in this role, they want to do the job. And if you haven't hired anybody and you want to hire somebody, that person you will hire, they just want to do their job. So clarity is crucial, specifically coming from the head coach. Number 3, suggestions are not criticisms. Suggestions are not criticisms. This person in the role has a viewpoint of your program that you may not have. They have a viewpoint from the players. They have a viewpoint from staff, parents, different things like that, because their role is to develop and be there and enhance the experience of the athletes. So they have a viewpoint of everybody that's touching the experience of the athlete. And if you ask them to say something, they make a suggestion. It is not a criticism on you. It is not a criticism on you. It is a suggestion for the athlete. This is not saying, hey, coach, if we do this, that you are a terrible person or you don't know how to lead. It is a suggestion coming to help the athletes, right? So I talked about it before in an episode where I had a suggestion for our camp and, our camp break, our football camp break at a university I work for. And I was like, hey, I think it would be great if we went to the water park. The players want to go to the water park. So I had already heard the players say, we want to go to the water park. So I was coming with a suggestion. Well, this coach I work for took it as a criticism, saying that he heard it as my idea is better than the coach's idea. And so unfortunately, we did not go to water park and we went somewhere else. And it was a big debacle, a situation that shouldn't have happened if that coach would have took the suggestion as a suggestion only and not a criticism. Now, with that said, if you're in the role, you can't be overly critical, and maybe you don't need to bring every suggestion. You got to know who you're working for. You got to know, right? There's insecurities, securities, maturity, immaturity. You got to know emotional intelligence, right? You got to know where people fall on those spectrums. So you don't need to bring it every time. But for my coaches that are listening, suggestions are not criticism. These people, this person in the role, see things that you do not see, and they're bringing them to you to help you out. Because once again, the basis of all this, they are there to help. Number 4, support matters. Your support matters. Your support of the player development role, coaches, it matters so much. I can't tell you enough Like I said, I've worked for coaches that have supported me. I've worked for coaches who haven't supported me. And that support means so much for this professional, right? The support that you get is professional. And here's a couple groups. If your endorsement of the role in front of your coaching staff, your players, your administrators, and the parents reinforces the value of the person, of the role and the person that's in it. When you reinforce or when you support in front of those 4 groups, and I'll read them again, your coaching staff, your players, administrators, and parents, it helps this person in the role know that you're supporting them. And this support goes a long way for this person who is in the role, who is wanting to help you. You got to let them know that. One coach I worked for, actually, Coach Tom Herman was one of the first coach who ever hired me in this role. I didn't know what it would look like. I didn't know what the sport looked like. And I'll never forget, we would meet up after practice and all the players would be on the knee. And he would ask every department, Ed, you got anything? No, sir, I'm good today. Or if I had some, hey, coach, thank you so much. Today, guys, remember, Thursday, we got to have tickets in by Thursday, guys. You got to wear dress A, blah, 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 whatever it may be. He would allow me to say that. In front of high school coaches, I had to put part of my job in player development. I was the director of high school relations, and I put together this high school clinic, and he brought me in front of every high school coach in the city of Houston that was there and said, let's give a round of applause for Ed Jones. Ed did an incredible job, blah, 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 right? I'm standing in the back like, hey, I appreciate you, coach, but he brought me to the front, right? And so that support went a long way. I'll never forget that. Appreciate you, Coach Tom Herman. But support matters a lot for people in this role. Number five, communication must be consistent. It must be consistent. I mentioned earlier, you don't have to meet 40 minutes to an hour every single day. Now, coach, if you want to do that, that's fine. But communication must be consistent. How are we communicating? Is it every Monday? Is it Monday, Wednesday, Friday? Is it every Thursday? Is it when we're on a trip? What does it look like? Well, we need to have consistent communication, because the consistency of communication opens up levels to the relationship between the person in player development and the coach. And here's a couple things that these check-ins could help with. They can help with time-sensitive situations, program updates, player concerns, and upcoming player development initiatives. Hey, coach, I want to let you know this is what's coming up. We're thinking about doing this. Who do you know? Do you have a speaker? Would you want to help? Would you want to be a part of it? Hey, coach, we got some player concerns coming here. This is what's happening. These check-ins were huge. I had a great time with Coach Major Applewhite, Coach Les Miles. Did a lot of check-ins, weekly check-ins. Hey, Ed, let's talk. Let's talk. What's going on? What's going on? So these check-ins were huge. And then the last one here, and coaches, this one could be tough. This one could be tough, but player trust is a positive thing, not a threat. If the person in this role is trusted by your players, you hire the right person. I'm going to say it again. If the person in this role is trusted by your players and they can go to this person for a lot of issues, you've hired the right person. I know as a coach, and I used to be a coach, I get it. You want the players to come to you. You want to know everything. You cannot know everything. But if you hire a person here and the players trust this person, that is a positive, not a threat. That is not a threat, right? And so I worked for a coach, and even there were assistant coaches who'd be like, hey, why is so-and-so coming to your office? Why did they not come in to talk to me? That's a positive. Coach, I'm going to come communicate with you. I'm going to come tell you, I'm going to talk to the player, of course, hey, blah, blah, blah. And if they want to keep it between us, but if they want to talk to coach, I'm going to come do it. I'm going to do what I got to do because I ain't going to lose my job. But it's a positive. It's not a threat. A player coming in here building trust with me or whoever you hire for player development, that's not a threat. That is positive. You have hired the right person. Let that person figure it out, because like I said, going back to this person is here to help you, right? This person is bringing suggestions. This person is there. You've hired the right person. So if there is player trust, it is a positive. It is not a threat. It does not mean you will be replaced, or your importance as a coach will not be replaced. So once again, coaches, those are the 6 things, that you need to know about player development. I'll go over them again. And once again, they're in the book, page 130. You can get the player development guide on Amazon. Number 1, they are there to help. Number 2, clarity is crucial. Number 3, suggestions are not criticisms. Number 4, support matters. Number 5, communication must be consistent. And number 6, player trust is a positive, not a threat. The best professionals in player development who have talked highly about their coaches, it's because they're encouraged, there's consistent communication, and they're supported. Whenever I've met with someone, you heard me talk to John Battle. You can check out this interview right here. He talked about Coach Diaz. He's encouraged, they communicate, and he's supported. When coaches do that, when coaches encourage, communicate, and support, they are doing the best that they can to ensure that this person is getting what they need to be the best director of player development there is. Now, if you're a coach and you're sitting there and you're like, oh, this player development deal list, man, this is incredible. Thank you for talking to me about this, but I don't know if we're ready. Maybe we don't have player development in our program. What do I do? I have an assessment in the show notes. It is a player development program readiness assessment. You can take it. It's a free assessment. It'll let me know where you are in player development in your program, and I will reach out to you. Beyond the Field, we will reach out to you, and we will help you. I forgot to introduce myself. My name is Ed Jones. I'm the founder of Beyond the Field, where we develop people and develop programs. So I'm thankful for this. And coaches, I want you to check out this coaches player development playlist right here. Coaches, I'm taking care of you. I'm a former coach. I'm going to take care of y'all. Thank you so much, coaches who have created player development, and for you all who are interested in player development. As I always say, go out and create generational impact. Don't wait, create that impact today.